Patrick Henry was born on May 29, 1736, in Hanover County, Virginia. His parents were John Henry and Sarah Winston. His father was an immigrant from Scotland, and his mother was a widow with English heritage. Patrick Henry had few years of schooling before he was later homeschooled by his father. Patrick Henry married Sarah Shelton in 1754, and they later had 6 kids in the Shelton house. He started a career as a planter, but due to a house fire, that dream was ruined. In 1760, Patrick Henry decided to become a lawyer. His most famous case, the Parsons case, took place in 1763. This case was about ministers' pay and the king removing the law. Henry was elected to the Virginia House of Burgesses in 1765. He presented the Virginia Stamp Act resolutions after only being sworn in 9 days earlier. The Stamp Act, as well as other taxes from Britain, enraged the colonists because they had no representation in Parliament. Henry organized a militia near his home in Virginia and was elected as colonel with a unanimous vote. In the same month, the king issued that the colonists could not have any sort of ammunition, and the colonial militia was disarmed. Later, in 1774, Patrick Henry represented Virginia at the First Continental Congress. At that meeting, they discussed the tyrant King George III and how the colony should handle it. There, he first met Samuel Adams, and they became quick friends. They secretly planned ways to prepare for the upcoming war. At the Virginia Convention in 1775, Henry gave the famous speech with the famous words, "Our chains are forged. Their clankings may be heard on the plains of Boston. The war is inevitable, and let it come. I repeat it, sir, let it come." He also said, "Is life so dear, or peace so sweet, as be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death." After the Revolutionary War started in 1775, Patrick Henry was elected as Commander-in-Chief of the Virginia forces. Then, in 1776, Patrick Henry helped write Virginia's Constitution and was elected as governor. During his time as governor, he supplied troops and equipment for George Washington. He resigned after 3 terms, but in the 1780s, he served as governor for 2 more terms. Henry refused to go to the Constitutional Convention because he was opposed to a strong federal government. Henry protested against the Constitution, but it was still ratified with an 89-79 vote. Welcome back to 60 Minutes. This is Rebecca Lindsay reporting on an interview I did earlier with Dr. Andrew Burstein. Dr. Burstein is the Charles P. Manship Professor of History at Louisiana State University. He has also co-authored several books, including Madison and Jefferson. When asked, what else is Patrick Henry known for besides being the first major orator, Dr. Burstein responded with this information. Patrick Henry left behind very few documents and did not record his speeches. Henry's speeches lack legal evidence or proof. Jefferson thought that Patrick Henry only cared about making money, not making America a better place. But since Jefferson is a politician, we don't know how much of that is true. He also told me 2 fun facts. 1, Patrick Henry only studied law for a few months before passing the Virginia bar exam. And 2, George Washington wanted Patrick Henry to run for president. This has been 60 Minutes with Rebecca Lindsay. Patrick Henry returned to being a lawyer in 1790. He was offered several positions, including Supreme Court Justice, Secretary of State, and Attorney General, but refused them all to stay home with his family. Towards the end of his life, Henry became part of the Federalist Party. George Washington pushed him to run for a seat in the Virginia legislature. Henry won the seat, but died before he could serve. Patrick Henry died on June 6, 1799. He lived a full life, including his 2 marriages and 17 children. Henry was an influential founding father, the first major orator, and his legacy can be found all across America, especially at the Patrick Henry Community College. Patrick Henry, May 29, 1736 through June 6, 1799.